with it cards. So we are going to be talking about some forms of abuse that people have been through in this reading, and a lot of other extra healing stuff today. So yeah, until we get some people in here and people looking to buy questions, we are going to be doing a collective reading in between all the questions. So let's see what the universe wants to talk about first. I love you still, but I choose me. I do not have hate in my heart for you. The times I have are far too few. Anger at times, usually too fleeting to mention. Forgiveness is always my deepest intention. Not just because hate poisons the heart, also because I know I had a part. Maybe I should have told you I knew. I expected you'd come clean as time flew. Then I realized that you would never stop as long as you had a way out to cop. As long as I can't... As long as I continued to tell you all, you saw fit to make it your call. Had strangers thinking they knew me, judging exactly what do they see? Not my story that I had told, but the ramblings of someone far too bold. I know for sure no one is perfect, but I shouldn't have had to suspect. Fighting with my intuition that was always right, not wanting to walk away from you, I'd fight. Self-love and respect guides my actions now. I must lead the way to show you how. I hope you learn the same lessons in your own time. Understand how to make amends for the crime. Love yourself and let yourself shine. Trust me, I always think of you as mine. I'd fight for you the same as my own kids. Disloyalty to you, my heart forbids. I hope one day the same is returned. Until then, this bridge is burned. 2/15/21. So this was actually written for a really good friend of mine that you couldn't trust as far as you could spit. So you could definitely be dealing with walking away from people that are just not on your side, that are not on your team, that are behind the scenes doing things that are not okay, that are busy running around gossiping about you, talking about everything that you've told them in confidence. And you're moving away from that now to show them how to do the same thing in their own life so that they are not giving in to people that are doing that to them. Crown chakra, everything is connected. You are never alone. Trust and have faith in your connection to the multitude. So, working on having trust and faith in that connection, in the messages that you receive, in the guidance that you receive. I was actually told to walk away from this person for about 8 months before I finally decided to listen to it. And it was because I really didn't want to. I really loved her. And like it says in here, you know, I'd fight for you the same as my kids. Disloyalty to you, my heart forbids. But it's not disloyal to walk away from somebody who is disloyal to you. And in doing so, you show them how to walk away from the people in their lives that are disloyal to them. And she had a lot of people in her life that were disloyal to her as well. It's a lot of where she learned to be that way, was from the group of people she was around. Envision your dreams coming true. It's time to manifest your dreams. Release the outcome. Things may come differently than you expect them to. Everything is working out for your highest good. Be happy in this moment. Dream big and believe your deepest desires can be fulfilled. You have everything that you need within yourself to co-create the world that you desire most. Listen to your intuition and trust that it won't lead you astray. Clear away any mental chatter and find your peace and calm within your thoughts. Trust in the plan and know that everything will happen according to divine timing. 12/2/19. So you could definitely have been working on something for a while, and at this point you may be feeling like, wow, is anything ever going to come together? But just know that it will come together and that you are on the right path. You are doing everything that you're doing for a reason, and there's no reason to walk away from it now. Demons by Jacob Lee is the song that I scribbled out on there for some reason. For some of you, it could be about a relationship as well, and overthinking things, and the need to really pull back from that kind of energy. Hi, guys. So we have the vulture, the hyena, and the elk. Trusting in your healing capabilities as well. Trusting in your leadership. remaining stable and strong in your position and leading the way with honesty, integrity, standing tall, really feeling very solid and stable in the position that you're in, not allowing anybody's snide remarks or passive aggressiveness to weigh heavy on you, not allowing the burdens or the darkness or the shadow side of other people to drench you in darkness, but yourself to transmute that energy and rise above the actions of others is going to be very important. So you've been on this journey. You've been integrating your shadow and your light side. You've been pulling those two parts of yourself together so that you can really ground yourself in your own energy. Maybe even at times pulling back from other people and their energy, really learning how to disengage and detach from other people and what they have going on. Asking yourself, is this my emotion? No, this is not my emotion. Do I want to feel like that emotion today? Not really, because today is my fun day and I don't want to be in that depressed state. And so allowing yourself to acknowledge the emotions and feelings of others and even help when needed, but at the same time, not allowing that to become your emotion and allowing that to drag you down, but rising those people up to the vibration that you're at by remaining in your own energy. You're really gaining a lot of mental stability, emotional stability, strength, and solidity. And I love that the card with the guy with the kids here popped out, because in that poem that I read earlier, it says, I'd fight for you the same as my kids. Disloyalty to you, my heart forbids. So you definitely feel a very strong connection to whatever person that this is, but you had to walk away from this person for a reason. And you had to walk away from this person not only for yourself, but also for them, because it shows them how to do the right things in their life for self-love as well. And in doing so, you not only heal yourself, but you heal others. It is not mean or horrible or awful to walk away from people that are pulling us down or that are running around being disloyal to us and treating us like we don't matter or things like that, because in essence, walking away from those people may hurt them, yes, but in the long run, not only is it better for you, but it is better for them as well. And sometimes that can make it easier and make it feel better that you walked away from that situation, knowing that it's not only better for you, but it is better for them too. I feel like right now you are waiting for some sort of message to come in, some sort of offer to come in, something to come in that you have been working hard to manifest in your life. You've put in all the effort, the time, the attention, the visualization techniques. You've really been working very hard. And I feel like a lot of it is the stability and strength. And also possibly somebody with honor, somebody with integrity, somebody who's as honest as you are, and somebody who's as loyal as you are when it comes to your situations and relationships that you're in. And I feel like that is on its way to you because you have chosen to remain in your vibrations instead of dropping down to the vibrations of others around you. You have not allowed their diseased energy to disease yours. So that's what I have for that message. And if you guys missed the intro, today I was drawn to pull out my abuse cards and advice in healing that. So we are going to have some messages on types of abuse that people have been through and healing those things as well today. So we're going to grab a couple of those now. Sexual abuse, rape, molestation, using or making threats or force, or taking advantage of an inability to consent. Or coercion. I'm going to throw coercion in there. Weaponized fear and intimidation. Sounds like coercion to me. Makes you feel like you cannot escape. No one is there to help you. You are alone. They are more powerful. Feeling like you have to follow orders and you can't get away. So you could have definitely been dealing with somebody with a very authoritarian type of attitude or style about them. Somebody that took what they wanted regardless of whether or not you wanted to give it to them. Somebody that really caused you to feel like there would be nobody there for you, or you would be blamed for it if you spoke up about it or spoke out about it, really made you feel like you were just completely alone. There was no escape from the situation that you were in, and there was no way out or no other choice than to give in to the demands that they had. And honestly, this really feels like a coercion rape for a lot of you. And a lot of times we end up being in that state where coercion rape works so well on us because of earlier childhood abuse that has happened or taken place. Emotion regulation is needed. Understand your emotions and your triggers. Reduce your vulnerability to emotions and address and change anything that you feel is unwanted or overly reactive responses to outside factors. So, as a sexual abuse survivor myself, I don't find myself to be a victim. I find myself to be a survivor. I find myself to be a thriver. And I find myself to be somebody who has healed from the most cruel of situations so that I could be here to help others heal. But as a survivor, I have had moments where I have felt like I overreacted in situations at times because of the way that I had been abused in the past. At the same time, if you do not want somebody to touch you, I don't give a shit if you feel like it's an overreaction. It is not okay for somebody to lay their hands on you if you do not want them to touch you. They should be able to read your body language when you are getting extremely uncomfortable by them laying your hands on you. And if they can't, fine. But if you mention, hey, I would really appreciate it if you could keep your hands to yourself. I really don't enjoy being touched like that. And they're like, oh, well, I don't understand why I'm not trying to do anything. Like you're calling them a rapist simply for touching you when that's not what your intention was. But if they're touching you against your wishes or making you feel bad for not wanting them to touch you, because you might be accusing them of something by not wanting you to them to touch you, that's not okay. Period. And feel free to tell them that. Feel free to tell them exactly those words because that's not okay. And sometimes people really just do not get that through their thick fucking skulls until you say that. But at the same time, remembering to take a few deep breaths and realize that not everybody is the people who hurt you. That there are people out there who are actually good people. Addressing your vulnerability, addressing your emotions, addressing your triggers, and really deciding whether or not are you okay with not being comfortable with anybody touching you? Or would you like to have that intimacy with people in your life? At one point in time, I was somebody who really enjoyed, I hugged pretty much everybody I came across. And at this point, I hug some people, but not all of them. Some people I don't even want touching me. But at this point, I also know that there's a distinction made there because for a little while, I really didn't want anybody touching me, especially after more recently, there was a situation with somebody a couple years ago. And so it was really hard for me to come back out of that again. It had been years since I had dealt with that. And it had been years since I had to really face the fact that there might still be some of that left over because there wasn't for a long time. For a long time, I was doing just fine until that came up again. Time to practice mindfulness. Be aware of the present moment and observe. Try to respond and not react. So be aware of your surroundings. Be aware of the intentions of people around you. Make sure that you are taking a couple deep breaths and responding to the situation, not just reacting. I mean, punching somebody in the face because they put their hand on your shoulder is not going to be widely accepted. And really, usually that is a very severe overreaction. But when they put their hand on your shoulder and you're not enjoying it and they aren't getting the hint, just be like, hey, I would really appreciate if you could not touch me. I just feel uncomfortable with that. And if they have a problem with that, just be like, you shouldn't have a problem with me expressing what I'm comfortable and what I'm not comfortable with, because that's how I feel about it. You're welcome, Dom Dom, and thank you for being here. I'm glad you're here, honestly, because I was actually just thinking about you a little bit ago when that came out, and I was like, you know what? I really hope she's here today. Being able to speak and express. Oh, thank you so much. And I love that sticker. It's awesome. That little guy's so cute when he dances. Speaking the truth about how you feel and what you went through is really going to help you. And it's not only going to help you, it's going to help everyone around you as well. You would be amazed to know how many people in this world have been through exactly what you have been through. And it's not just women. I say people because I have met a lot of men who have been through that as well. There is a lot of people in this world who have been through exactly the same thing as you. Healing yourself and working through these issues and the things that you are going through is really going to be able to help you to be able to communicate your story in a way that is going to help others as well. And in communicating the story, you get the recognition that you desire. You get the acknowledgement for what you've been through. You also get the acknowledgement of the success that you have achieved because you start to see it in a different way. You have achieved so much success in your life by being able to maintain this positive, joyful, beautiful, pure energy. This heartfelt, loving energy that you give out to the world around you has been untainted by the nastiness of these people who have hurt you in the past. And really, this story that you have can bring happiness and joy to others, success to others, achievement to others. It can help people really break through the limitations they have, the hurt and the pain that they have, and all of the things that they are facing themselves. It really does help to express your story, not just for you, but for everyone around you. And that is one of the best ways that I have ever found for healing, is talking about it, letting it out, expressing it, speaking your truth and speaking your story, letting people know what happened to you, what you went through, how it made you feel. All of those things are so important for the healing journey that it is ridiculous. And I have talked to so many people from 14 on. This is the first thing that people started coming to talk to me about constantly, continuously. At 14 years old, I had person after person after person after person after person coming to talk to me about the sexual abuse and trauma that they had suffered. And 99% of them, I never said a word about my trauma first. Some of them I did. The very first time that people started talking to me about it, I had just went into a group home for a little bit. And the reason I was there, I was in this Mexican, doesn't matter who, what skin color they were or anything, but I was in this foster home, and my brother and sister were with me. And it really wasn't that great of a place anyway, but we were putting up with it. We were dealing with it. There was a day that their daughter hit my little brother in the head with a wooden chair. And he had a really bad headache and needed an aspirin. First off, he got in trouble for her hitting him. And then they wouldn't give him an aspirin. And I yelled at him and told him what I thought of him. And then I went and locked them in their room and locked me in the other room because I needed some time to myself to be able to calm down because I didn't want to be around them while I was feeling that way. I called DCFS and I told them what was going on, and I told them that they needed to make a visit to the house. So the next day, here comes DCFS to take me away. Because my foster parents told them that I was sneaking out in the middle of the night. I was having sex with a bunch of random people. I was doing all kinds of drugs and all kinds of shit like that. And I had actually been on a complete dry from everything for about 6 months. Anything and everything. The only drug I had even tried at that point was weed, and I had only smoked it like once or twice. And I don't consider weed a drug anyway. But other than that, I was abstinent from any people. I was not partying. I was not doing anything. And fuck, I sat in my room and read most of the time that I was there. So I got put in this foster home, or in this group home. And when I got put there, she wouldn't tell me why I got put there for a couple days. And I kept asking her why I got put there. About 3 days in, she's finally like, "Do you really want to know why you got put in here?" And so she told me that. And I was like, that is bullshit. I wasn't doing any of that. And she's like, "You know what? I find that hard to believe. With what you look like, I'm pretty sure that you were doing everything that they said you were." And I was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? Maybe you shouldn't be judging books by the covers." And she's like, "Well, that's what you look like to me." And she's like, "What do I look like to you?" And I was like, "You look like the sweetest kindergarten teacher on earth, but I guess we shouldn't be judging books by covers because you're a fucking bitch." And she hated me from that moment on because I was not somebody who was going to get on my knees and kiss her ass like everybody else in that house. But anyway, back to the story at hand. There was a group session we did the first week that I was there. And during this group session, we were supposed to be going around the room, and everybody was supposed to be saying something about themselves that not everybody would know. And so when it got to my turn, everybody else just said something really non-consequential. They do suck. They are assholes. And you know what? My little brother, their son came home later that year, and he was beating on my little brother, and he was choking him till he passed out while he was living in that fucking house. That pisses me off so damn much, because they decided that a child wasn't trustworthy or believable, but an adult was. Simply because of age, they're going to believe the adult over the child, especially a teenager. That is bullshit. But anyway, I am still a little bit pissed off about that one. You know what? My little brother's going through a lot right now and doesn't have much money. I wonder if he would actually be able to do something about that and come out a winner in some sort of way, because the fucking medical shit he's facing right now probably has 98% chance of being due to that abuse that he suffered, especially considering the doctors can't find anything wrong with him, kind of like a couple years ago when I was going through what I was going through and the doctors couldn't find anything wrong with me. And then I healed the shit that was going on in my past that was causing all that. But so when it got to my turn going around this group, thank you very much. I do have a right to be angry. And you know what? Anger serves a purpose too. If it wasn't for anger, people would never do anything. Really think about that for a minute. People would never do anything if it wasn't for anger. And you'll find so much truth in that. Somebody was trying to convince me that I shouldn't be so angry last year. And I was like, you know what? I have a right to be angry. And anger solves a lot. Only if you take a minute to breathe out first and respond instead of reacting, though. So it got back to my turn, and I went ahead and I told all of them what had happened to me, who had molested me, what I went through, and nobody could look at me. Everybody had tears streaming down their eyes, and everybody was staring at the floor, and I knew that every single person in that group had been through the same thing. And sure enough, over the next couple weeks, every single one of them came to talk to me about what they had went through. And that is when I decided that I wanted to do what I am doing right now. At the time, I wanted to be a therapist for abuse survivors. Man, woman, child, don't care. I wanted to be a therapist for abuse survivors. But over the years, and when it came time for me to go and do that, and I had sat there studying psychology for 16 years and spirituality for about 5 at this point, I decided that this was the path that I wanted to take. Not only because people who do not have the money can find the help that they need, but also because there are a lot of people who are not going to go to therapy, but to seek alternative help and be able to find somebody who can actually help them is something that I wanted to be able to be there to provide. So understanding when to walk away from situations and when to move away from situations and when you are overreacting and when you are not is really going to be something that you're going to be working through and figuring out. And you're really going to be noticing and seeing just how much strength you have inside of you, just how much stability you have inside of you, just how much longevity you have inside of you. After everything that you have gone through and everything you have overcome and everything you have faced in your life, you are so fucking successful. It's ridiculous. And seeing that, appreciating that, noticing that, celebrating your victories, how much you have healed, how much you have overcome, how much you have really been able to face and come out ahead in it is really going to be very, very important and beneficial for everybody watching this. You know what? I'm going to grab a couple blessings cards for this as well. Air. Work with the element of air to cut through the core of a situation and be able to see the truth. On target. Follow your ideal life path. So, regardless of whether or not everything that has happened in your life has been ideal, this is your ideal life path. And if it wasn't for everything that happened on this path, you would not be who you are today. And who you are today is who you are meant to be. And you are on target for your life path and your life purpose. And it's only because of everything that you have faced and every challenge that you have overcome that you are the person you are today. So be grateful for everything that you went through, even the nasty, horrible, awful things that you have been through, because those things are part of what shapes you as a person. Now you know that you would never be somebody who would take somebody else's power away in those ways, because you would never want to hurt somebody the way that you were hurt as well, which is another great benefit from that. A new friendship, new love. My best friend brings out the best in me. Cute, fun, flirty, emotional connections. Balanced partnerships emotionally, equal give and takes, new beginnings together, emotional stability. So as you work through these issues and as you go through all of the pain, hurt, and hardship that you have been through on this front, you are going to start noticing and realizing who brings out the best in you, who is really there for you, who is really giving an equal give and take in situations, who is going to be willing to be okay with the fact that you have a comfort zone and you have boundaries, and not overstepping those boundaries, but respecting your boundaries, respecting what makes you feel good and what makes you feel comfortable, and who is going to be pushing that button to try to make you snap. You are really going to be gaining a lot of new beginnings together with new friends and new experiences, emotional stability and strength in partnerships, peace and harmony in partnerships by doing this healing work that you are doing right now. We also have the King of Pentacles. And so by not settling for things that you are worth more than or more valuable than, I'm saying that weird, but you know what I mean. By not settling for the things that are less than what you are, and by not allowing people to treat you as less than what you feel like you deserve, you are going to be attracting in some very good, solid, stable, strong connections in your life. Love and commitment, divine great creativity. You're also going to be coming into a lot of creativity. Creative expression is one of the best ways to heal as well. Being able to write, being able to sing, draw, dance, paint, any of that kind of stuff is something that will really help you to be able to heal. It'll also help you to be able to express your story and express the feelings and emotions attached to those things so that you can release them and let go. It's time to really forgive the past, let it go, and stop allowing that poison to destroy your heart and destroy your being. New beginnings, making offers, personal growth, solid, stable, grounded, committed, seeing the future that you want to create and being able to know how, abundance, blessings, focused on what you want, knowing how to get it, speaking your truth, honorable intentions. So, speaking your truth, making sure that people have honorable intentions when they're dealing with you. And there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with questioning somebody like a good parent would question them for you. Hey, what do you want from this situation? What are you looking for here? I'm looking for this. Is it lining up with what you're looking for? And if what you're looking for is different, then take a hike. And feeling comfortable in saying those things and doing those things, because as somebody who has survived sexual abuse of any kind, it is sometimes really hard to actually put your foot down on that subject and express what you need and what you want in the situation, instead of just giving them what they need and what they want without regard for yourself. But you're learning how to regard yourself. You're learning how to care for yourself. You are learning how to stand up for yourself. You are also learning how to really stand strong on your own and decide what's best for you, and to turn away from the things that are not good for you. So it's reparenting yourself, basically. That is what I have for that subject. And we are going to see what else the universe wants to talk about today. Don't want to lose those little pieces. I am so glad that that is exactly what you needed to do. And I am so glad that I went through what I went through to be able to be here and say what I needed to you today. Because like I was saying in that, I would not be able to be here to do that if it wasn't for those things. It still landed on that one. So there's going to be a call to action here, a call to action for you to be able to heal your heart and trust another, for you to be able to wear your throne and stand strong in your power, for you to be able to really feel protected and like you matter and like you have the power within yourself to protect yourself. You don't need a savior. You are the savior. 65mm REM mag RP. And also a lot of it has to do with, too, how you present yourself. Somebody hiding in the corner, I mean, depending on if they're looking for an easy target, but the majority of them are looking for an easy target. So don't be the easy target hiding in a corner, not making any noise. The loudmouth person that's going to tell everybody what's up and what's going on, Yeah, generally they're going to back down from that. I've told my kids before, you know what, if there's some weirdo bothering you in the park one day or something and they won't leave you alone, you scream as loud as you can in their face and then you run away. And guess what? That person is going to be like, oh my God, everybody's looking at me. They're not going to be chasing after you. That's for damn sure. They're going to be worried about who's seeing them instead, watching their own ass instead of watching yours. So, stepping into your power, really seeing and appreciating everything that went into making you, really seeing with truth and clarity everything that's going on around you, knowing and understanding what is poisoning you and what is keeping you from expressing your truth and saying what you need to say, what is keeping you frozen or stuck in this energy of not being able to express yourself for fear of hurting others. Because I feel like a lot of you, fear of hurting others is a lot of what keeps you silent. And you know what? Sometimes others deserve it, for one thing. For another thing, sometimes your truth is going to hurt. But that's okay. Because I would much rather have a harsh, cruel, awful truth than I would a candy-coated lie any day of the week, period. A candy-coated lie is not something that I want to have to chew up and swallow, first off, when I know that it's bullshit. Because a lot of times you know that it's bullshit when somebody's telling you a candy-coated lie, whether you're wanting to believe it or not. And so expressing that truth is helpful not only for you, but for everyone around you as well. Let's see what else the universe wants to say. Strength within. Which way is up? Do I know? Fill my cup. Go with the flow. Rise up with the morning light. Don't give in. I have to fight. I see the strength deep inside. I look at myself with a sense of pride. Sending love to all I know. I will reap what I sow. Seeing yourself with the eyes of pride, the eyes of love, the eyes of a proud parent. When you're reparenting yourself, that's one of the biggest keys there, is seeing yourself with the eyes of love and the eyes of a proud parent. A good parent. And if there's something truthful that you need to speak to your parents, speak it to your parents. And if they can't understand it or they don't get it, then be your own parent inside your mind and give yourself what you needed to hear from them. I release it all, the whole damn fall, the giant leap, my feelings they seep, running free, flowing over and out to sea, moving forward at last, the past is in the past. So, for some of you, you could have been hurt by somebody that you loved very deeply. There could have been a very strong connection there. As far as the sexual abuse we were talking about in the beginning, one of the main people who did that was my mom's boyfriend. He was kind of like the first father figure I had around in a stable way. And he did a lot of the things that a father would do for you. There was a lot of love there, but the way that he hurt me was not okay. And the way that this person, whoever it is that hurt you, that you loved, hurt you, was not okay just because you loved them. It also doesn't mean, a lot of times, it also doesn't mean that that love goes away. It may morph into something else, especially hate. But that's also where the healing needs to take place. Volunteer somewhere. It helps you to feel needed and appreciated, and it also helps those in need. It gets you out and interacting with some good people too, especially if you have been isolated in any type of way or feeling like you can't trust people and can't be around people. Go to somewhere where you're volunteering your time and your energy and your effort. Go to somewhere that has good people working there to better the world around them, and you are really going to find something good within that sphere. Sometimes it is hard to see or deal with the truth. If others did not believe, it could be because they cannot handle the reality, and that is not your problem. You know what's true. And my mom actually had a very hard time believing what had happened to me and my little sister. He was not charged with my little sister because he plea bargained, and I still don't think that she fully believes what happened to my little sister. She was in very strong denial. She actually took my little brother and sister to see him that summer while I was at my dad's house, and they got taken away for a little bit, and she had to go to counseling. So, We also have overshadowing. Makes you feel invisible or like you can't get recognition, like you aren't good enough, like your voice doesn't matter, and like everything they say is the end all be all. Neglect and invisibility causes feelings of not belonging and unworthiness, and a lot of children that end up molested like that, it's because it starts with this from the people around them. My mom was a single mother with 5 kids, and so yeah, there was not a lot of time or attention. She didn't have any help from the men that she had those kids with, and yeah, makes a good target, especially when they're very invisible like that. Narcissistic abuse, ego and insecurity as an inflated sense of self. So you definitely dealt with somebody. I can definitely relate to. Yeah, you really dealt with a lot of narcissism from somebody who just thought that they were the most amazing thing on this planet. All of their time, attention, and effort went towards themselves. Not a whole lot of it went towards you. And in any of it that did was generally very bad attention. So you may have even tried to make yourself more invisible so that you weren't seen or heard, because anytime you made a noise or a sound, you were getting in trouble for something or things were getting blamed on you. There could have been a lot of gaslighting as well, a lot of scapegoating that you dealt with, and you could have just really felt like you did not belong, like you weren't worthy, like you didn't matter, and like nobody liked you or nobody would actually want you around in any way, shape, or form, and nothing that you could ever give was ever good enough for anyone around you. And so this volunteering is going to be very, very, very beneficial for you. It's going to be something that is going to help you to be able to feel like you belong somewhere, you fit in somewhere, you feel good somewhere. What you're doing is attributing to the world around you. You're really going to feel a lot of beneficial things from volunteering. I actually, a couple years ago, when the first things were happening between me and my ex, and there was a restraining order that was falsely put on me by my ex, from my kids for 3 weeks until I got in that courtroom. And luckily, the judge saw everything that was going on. He told him he was being possessive, manipulative, controlling, and this was not okay at all. And he fixed everything that was going on and put the restraining order between me and my ex instead. In between all that, I went and started volunteering at Head Start. It kept me sane while I was going through what I was going through. It helped me to feel like I was needed, feel like I was wanted, feel like I wasn't being replaced from my own children's lives because I wasn't a good mother. And I really felt like I got a lot out of that. So volunteering is going to definitely be something good for you. Let out your pent-up emotions. Cry without shame or guilt. Punch a pillow. Scream very loud. Use the pillow if needed again. Look for meaning and purpose in life. Journal. Talk with others from a place of love. So I actually just talked to my daughter, my youngest daughter, about this recently because she's been having a lot of pent-up emotions and anger. In my ex's house, they are not allowed to feel anything. They eat their emotions instead because they're all supposed to be fucking robots, which is not okay, and I don't find it good in any way, shape, or form. It just really fucks up everything that's been going on in their lives since birth. And me and her were talking recently about the anger she's been having and how she throws a fit once in a while and ends up lashing out at people around her or kicking her dad's car. She really enjoys that one, probably because he cares so much about his damn car. He cares a lot about material things. And so she spends time trying to destroy those things when she's upset. And I was like, you know what? When you're feeling upset, find a pillow and beat the living fuck out of that pillow till you can't even move anymore. Till you feel just completely drained and exhausted and you got every bit of that out of you. And that will really help you to be able to feel better. And then you're not hurting people around you, and then you're not feeling like you need to apologize for something or not wanting to apologize for something or not even wanting to admit that you did it and stuff like that. You don't have all that going on. Instead, you just have this pillow that you beat the fuck out of and you feel so much better afterwards. And you know what? I feel like she's been doing that recently because she's been feeling a lot better. She's been looking a lot better. She hasn't been losing her shit like that so much anymore. And I feel like that's really been helping her. Fucking helps me when I need it. Dragonfly and dragon. So you are really coming back to life. You are, I feel like you have had to come back to life several times. I totally agree. And a lot of times when you're in situations like these, you really feel like you don't have a right to be angry. But you do have a right to be angry. It is okay to be angry. Now, it's what we do when we're angry that matters the most. And what we do when we're angry can really change a lot of things. So we got to be careful with what we do when we're angry. Yeah, you've had to really rebirth yourself several times, come back to life after things that have just felt like it completely and totally killed you. You don't know if you can what because of religion. And you know what? If a religion isn't allowing you to be who you are, then you need to move away from that religion. I had to move away from my religion, and I felt so much peace in leaving it. There are so many people around here that find peace by going into Christianity, but I found peace by removing myself from that disgusting religion. No offense to that religion, but at the same time, that's the way I feel about it. It does not fit with me at all, and I do not like it. And all it did was shame, guilt, torment, and stuff me in their little box. And I've actually talked to a fair amount of people about it recently. I had 2 people this last week trying to convince me to go to their church and come meet Jesus. And you know what? I've known Jesus my whole damn life, and I love Jesus. Don't get me wrong, but I am not Christian, and I don't believe in that version of God at all. I love Gandhi too, and I love Mother Teresa, and I love Buddha. There's a lot of people who have been really good people in this world, and they're not all the same religion. Exactly. And according to their Bible, even God has anger. And he does some pretty fucked up shit when he is angry. Right? Oh, but he's perfect. Oh, perfect. But we're made in his image. Aren't we perfect too then? Huh. I wonder. So anyway, yes, there's a lot of leadership energy here, and the leadership energy is going to come through you renewing yourself, you choosing the path that is best for you, you bringing yourself back to life again after feeling like you have been drowned out of this world from everybody else's abuse and toxicity and just stomped into the ground from the people that you have been around, and really being able to rise yourself back up out of that and grab a hold of your power and stand in it. And also knowing that you are meant to be seen, you are meant to be heard, you are meant to be in the spotlight and not running from that spotlight. Because this invisibility and this crap here, it is so hard to come out of. It is really easy to make yourself invisible. Boy, let me tell you, I made myself invisible in the blink of an eye. But coming back out of that invisibility, facing the anxiety and the fear and the constant voice in your head that is constantly telling you you're doing something wrong, or you're not following the right social cues, or you're not saying the right things, or people are looking at you weird, or people are looking at you, oh my God, God forbid people look at you. People aren't supposed to look at me. You have to fight all of those things to be able to get to this point where you're okay with being seen, with being heard, because you are meant to be seen. You are meant to be heard. You are meant to be in front of people like I am right now, telling your story and expressing yourself in some form, shape, or way. That is what you are meant to be doing in this world. You are meant to be healing others, and you are meant to be in front of them to do it. You can't do that unless you are seen. And it is really hard to get to the point where you're comfortable with that, but just look at me sitting here talking 500 miles an hour with a shit ton of people listening, and I really don't care anymore. I used to care a lot, but I don't care anymore. Follow what makes you happier and healthier in the long term. People even changed up the Bibles and the stories, so go directly to the source. Exactly. Your fucking religion is in your heart. Your connection to source is in your heart and in your mind. It is not in the world around you. It's not in men, even, and what you feel to be true. The story has been changed time and time and time again throughout history. The people who killed Jesus took over the Bible and made it their own. And we're supposed to believe what it says? Not to mention the fact that those same people absorbed all the pagan religions around them and made them part of it too, because they were trying to squash out those religions, and in order to do that and make those people comfortable at accepting their religion, they included parts of theirs into it. And then you add in the fact that, you know what, with the story of the Tower of Babel, really, It could even be the fact that everybody was separated and they all had different languages and they all wrote down the story in their own version in their own language, and they're all the same damn story, for all we know. But they're all fighting over who's right because humans have such a giant fucking ego that they can't handle being wrong. And me personally, love is my religion. There is a lot of wisdom that can be found in every single one of the religions. There's a lot of good things and there's a lot of bad things, just like everything else in this world. Omnism is one that I'm very drawn to. Druidism, shamanism, Wiccan, Christianity. There are things about Christianity that I do really love and appreciate. Jesus is one of the biggest ones. Then again, he was one of the biggest manifestors there were. And even he told us that with the faith the size of a mustard seed, we could do everything that he was doing. But we have to have that belief and we have to have that faith. You know what? I haven't found an excuse to get into a religious talk on here yet, but I'm kind of glad that I did because, yeah, there's a lot of things that I have to say about that at times. So we are back inside now, and we're going to see what else Spirit wants to talk about this session. Put away all these messages. So this one just kind of blew over here. We're going to check out what this one says. Root chakra. Be present in the moment. Feel your connection to the earth and the strength that it brings. Stability is yours. And another thing, most religions do not include taking care of and loving our earth who gave birth to us. Our earth is the main creator and birth for us. And most people just stomp all over that. But getting connection to nature and really allowing yourself to feel the earth around you and the strength that it brings, getting out into nature and finding that peace and that balance from the earth is really something that does help you to connect to yourself and to connect to your true wisdom and your true intuition and to the source. And the source of all is found right beneath our feet if we take time to get to know it. Find your inner peace through rest, reflection, and self-care. Love yourself the way that nobody has loved you in the past. Take care of you the way that you feel like a good parent would take care of you. Remember in this time of hardship that you have everything within yourself to persevere moving forward. Take the path of love and light. Give freely of what you have and be able to be open to receive when you have a need. You are protected and you are guided on your path. Choose to see it and follow it. A lot of you are bigger than you know. Okay, I'm not sure what I was trying to write there, but you have bigger voices for peace and harmony than you know. Time to step up into leadership. Guide people in love and unity. Spend time healing yourself and the energies around you. You have all the skills and all of the knowledge necessary to manifest hope all around you. Be a light, be hope. Let your love be an inspiration to everyone around you. And I was told a while ago that I would be doing this so that I could help healers to heal. And you know what? You are all healers. You have that within you. In healing, you are going to become even better healers, even greater healers. That's why it's so important to work on you and to love you and to take care of you, because you can take care of everyone around you much better when you take care of you. I'm still here. I wanted so badly to take my life. So much chaos, so much strife. The pain overwhelmed me almost from birth, never knowing how much I was worth, never knowing how great life could be. I was so blinded that I couldn't see. I held the blade and I cried out in pain, knowing my mother would have to deal with the stain. At that point, even that wasn't enough. I knew for her it would be rough. No matter the slander she threw at my name, I knew her emotions wouldn't be tame. In her heart, she'd take the blame. Most mothers would feel the same. I heard a voice inside of me. You have more yet to see. A purpose to fulfill, such a destiny. A reason for living, set me free. I didn't want to come back, not for this life filled with lack. I knew then that I was meant to be here, and until they call me home, I won't fear. It's been a hard life filled with crap. I will find sunshine before it's a wrap. So I am really glad that came out at like the perfect moment. The perfect moment. You are meant to be here for a reason. And even with these times of pain or hurt or hardship, you have managed to overcome and you have managed to stick around and stay here. And it's for a reason. And you know it's for a reason. That purpose is what will drive you forward. That belief in yourself and in your skills and in your knowledge and your wisdom and everything that you have been through that has brought you here today, you have a purpose, you have a reason. There is a rhyme to all of it. And if it wasn't for all of it, you would not be who you are. Victory and success in new love, in self-love. Seeing love, full of self-love, dreamy, sweet, loving, filled up cup, emotional eyes, eyes only for you. Love and friendship, messages of love coming in. So, as you love yourself, you will be able to see the love from others around you. Sometimes our vision gets cloudy. We feel like everyone is against us and we are all alone on our journey, and there is nobody out there that loves us or cares about us or even recognizes the pain that we are in. But it's because we are not recognizing ourselves, loving ourselves, feeling our own beauty. And when we are feeling those things, then we can feel those things from the outside. But if we're not feeling them ourselves, we will never feel them from the outside either. So take a moment to take care of you, to love you, to respect you, to really cherish yourself, and to know that you are worth all of that love and care and time and effort. Because in the end, that love, care, and time and effort you give to yourself, you give to the whole world around you just by being you. Overcoming fears, expressing yourself regardless of what others think, seeing something worth courage, cycles coming to a close, new life after death, leaving anxiety behind, new growth, proper boundaries, releasing fears and anxieties. Freedom to be yourself, knowing how to enjoy your life, knowing where you belong, and finding your people or your proper place. Ready to live life, happiness with friends and soul family. So you are really going to be finding those people that you want to be around, those people you can express yourself around, those people you can just have a good time around and be comfortable around and not have to worry about what shoe is going to drop around you, because you know that those people have your back. And the way that you find those people is by being more of you and letting more of you out of the bag, loving yourself exactly as you are and showing who you really are to the world around you. Because as you show who you really are to the world around you, that's how you draw in the people who are like you to you. Yes, exactly. Claim that shit. Earth. As the element of grounding stability, or ask the element of earth for grounding, stability, and strength in times of chaos. And we still have this one out here. Root chakra, be present in the moment. Feel your connection to the earth and the strength that it brings. Stability is yours. It is found within you, and it is found in the earth around you. Talk to the earth. She listens. Talk to the earth. Feel the earth. Sit next to a tree and just feel the strength of that tree. Feel it flowing into you. I have seen it before. Weirdly enough, I decided to do acid once last year, and you know what? That was probably one of the best moments of that trip, was seeing the energy flowing from the earth into the tree and the beauty of that. Triple spiral. Listening to divine wisdom and joyfully learning life's lessons. Listening to the wisdom of the divine and joyfully learning life's lessons. And like we were discussing earlier, that wisdom is found within your own heart and soul, your own connection to the divine. It's not found in some book outside yourself. It's not found in some person outside yourself. It's found inside of you. And it's found in your own connection to the divine. The signs and the synchronicities and the messages that come into you. Being able to see things from a new perspective, a higher perspective, through heaven's eyes. A single thread in a tapestry, though its color brightly shines, can never see its purpose in the pattern of the grand design. And the mighty stone that sits on the very top of the mountain's face doesn't feel more important than the stones that form its base. Looking at things from a higher perspective, a perspective of everything and everyone matters. Every animal, plant, bird, tree, everything on this earth matters, including you. That includes you, doesn't it? Wow. I'm included in everything that matters and everything that has a purpose? Yes, you are. Being able to see the bigger picture and not get so caught up on the small details, the overthinking, the worry, the fear, the anxiety, and just being able to face things head on and soar above, fly above the things that you feel are so giant of obstacles really are not obstacles. They're stepping stones in the right direction as long as you take that action. But if you let those fears and those anxieties hold you back and keep you stuck, then you are not taking the actions that you are being guided to take, which is to follow this path with faith and trust that you are on the right path and that everything that you need will be provided for you, that you are really guided and loved by the universe. And for another thing, that our soul in this lifetime, in this earthly body, is not nearly as important as the immortality of that soul, the essence of that soul. Energy never fully dies, it just transmutes into something else. And there are so many people that are so afraid of death that they allow that to stop them from living their life, afraid of what could happen if they decide to put up a fight in a rape situation, for instance. And then they find out later that, you know what? What's even worse than being afraid of this turning into a nightmare situation is the nightmare situation that I just allowed to play out in front of me because I was too afraid to put up the fight that I felt like I should have. What was more important, putting up that fight or allowing yourself to be taken by someone? Finding peace in the choices that you have made in the past and knowing that you have learned from them, grown from them, and that you will make different choices in the future that are more in alignment with who you truly are. Resting, reflecting, taking time for self-care, self-love, taking time for a vacation and feeling like you are worth just laying in bed for an extra couple hours on your day off. And knowing that that's okay, that the whole world is not going to stop spinning if you decide to sleep in one day. Things like that are very important to tell yourself and to know and to do for you as you would do for someone else. Do you feel it's important for other people to get that extra sleep on their day off? If it's so important for them, then it's important for you too. It's not just everyone else who deserves to have that love and who deserves to have that care. You deserve to have it too. And it'll start with you. Once you start giving to yourself, then other people will start giving to you too. Once you start accepting that gift to yourself and accepting that gift from others, then other people can give to you. If you don't accept that gift, they can't give to you. And if all you want to do is give to them, then you're making yourself a doormat, basically. And that's how you take your power back and your control back and get out of that victimhood consciousness too, and really step into your full power, is by understanding the choices that you make sometimes do cause those effects as well. And then striving to make different choices. We are not robots. I love that this poem came out today because I was just talking about my kids and the way that they are dealing with things right now. And yeah, we are not robots. I love your independence. Makes me feel free. Everything makes sense. Are you there? Can you see? Everything fell apart. Getting out may have become an art. Running so fast, but still wishing that it could last. Own your pain. Let it rain. Express your deepest feelings too. Don't shy away from what is true. Release a steady need for control. Perfection isn't good for the soul. Be who you really are. Know in doing so, those who love you for the real you will never be far. And if you guys have checked out Dee's StoryTime yet, you can find a link for that in the description, and this poem is on there. My other poems, some of them today are not on there yet, but I will be putting them on there later. This is actually something that my friend wrote because of watching me and the way I interacted with the people around me. Tips of taming your temper. Think before you speak. It's easy to say what you will regret later on. Take a few minutes to collect your thoughts before saying anything. Allow others involved to do the same thing. Once calm, express your anger. As soon as you have a clear thinking process, express your frustrations in an assertive but non-confrontational way. State your concerns and needs clearly and directly without hurting others or trying to control them. You're welcome, North Star. Thank you for being here to watch. I'm going to pull out a couple more of these. So let's see what else for forms of abuse that are wanting to be talked about here today. Chaotic lifestyle. Nothing feels safe. Hypervigilance. Feeling like the sky is falling. Waiting for the other shoe to drop. I was just saying something about waiting for the other shoe to drop a minute ago. Scapegoat, gaslighting, always to blame, apologizes for being self. If you catch yourself apologizing for every little thing that ever happened and everybody around you is like, why are you saying sorry? Why are you saying sorry? You're not the one to blame, blah, blah, blah. Start to realize that you're doing that and stop apologizing for being in the room and thinking that somehow you being in the room is causing all the problems of the room. Kissed by the rose on the grave is what that's making me think of, Willow Apricot. 'Cause I've been kissed by the rose on the grave. There's so much I need to tell you, so much I need to say. So there may be a lot you need to say, Willow, and express, but you're feeling like it would hurt people too much. It's okay if it hurts people. It hurts you holding it in. And self-love is love too, and tough love is love too. Ghosting triggers self-esteem and self-worth issues, also abandonment issues. So you could have dealt with people who were very flaky, people who were inconsistent, people who disappeared from your life or came and went from your life, people who blamed you for the way that they behaved, the way that they acted, the way that they treated you. Basically, this is like a parent yelling at their kid and then their kid being like, I'm sorry, I don't know why you're yelling at me, and don't treat me that way. And then their parent being like, well, if you don't want to be treated that way, then don't act that way. And you know what? I've done that myself anyway. I've done that myself. Yep. Once or twice. There have been once or twice. And at the same time, there's a lot of times I end up finding myself apologizing to my kids. And then I work my ass off to not do things like that again, because that's how I was raised. And when you're raised that way, don't deny the fact that you do that sometimes too, because you will be doing it 1,000 times worse if you deny it. When you accept it and acknowledge it, that's when you can change it. When you deny it, and the existence of it even being a problem, that's when you don't do a damn thing about it, and that's when it becomes severe abuse. Thank you, North Star. So you could have definitely dealt with a family life that was very dramatic, very constantly shifting, moving around, maybe even moving places a lot. Maybe you didn't have power a lot of the times, or water a lot of the times, or maybe there was somebody who had addictions that you dealt with, or somebody that was an alcoholic, or somebody that was just constantly losing their shit for no reason and then blaming it on you and then disappearing. My mom did a lot of going out to gamble. After her boyfriend went to prison, she kind of lost her shit for a little while. She went from being a woman who could take care of 5 kids on her own to barely being able to manage herself and 3 kids at all. He really did a number on her. Her self-esteem was gone. Her strength was gone. Her confidence was gone. Her everything was gone. And she probably felt like a severe failure as a mother when she was actually accepting that that really did happen to her kids. And when she was denying it, it probably wasn't much better. But she did a lot of going and gambling, and she would be gone for, I'm going to be gone for an hour, and she'd be gone for 4 or 5 hours. And I'd be calling everywhere trying to get a hold of her because my little brother and sister are bawling and they want to see their mom to say goodnight to her before they go to bed, and she isn't there. Or like the time my older sister, when we stayed with her for a little bit, there was a lot of times that she would have me babysit her 4 kids and then my brother and sister on top of it. And I'm 15 years old at the time, by the way. There was a couple times where I had 3 or 4 of her friends' kids too, on top of all those other kids. And I'm going to be gone for an hour or two. And then she'd be gone for 13 fucking hours. 13 hours with 6 to 10 kids at 15 years old. Yeah. And then she wants to be pissed off at my mom because she lost her childhood to having to raise her kids. Well, you know what? It's not like you weren't following those same footsteps in some ways. But that's where that accepting where you came from and who you are so you can work on those things and integrate those things in a beneficial way is very important. Interpersonal effectiveness. Getting interpersonal objectives met, maintaining relationships, and increasing your self-respect in interactions with others. So being able to tell people that, hey, I messaged you and you didn't respond. What's up? And if they still don't respond, the next time they get a hold of you, just be like, you know what? I'm sorry, but I'm looking for people who are reliable in my life and stable in my life. And you're not somebody that can be counted on. So I really don't want anything to do with you. That is called self-respect. And yes, some people might think it's rude, but or crazy reacting, or that's scapegoating and gaslighting there, or like you somehow caused them to respond the way they did because you're so needy and greedy and clingy. Sure. I messaged you when I needed something and it wasn't a constant obsessive thing all day. So no, I would say that's more on you. And when you message, I respond because that's what a good friend does. And if you don't want to be a good friend, then bye. And you know what? You got to not be afraid that you're going to be alone if you do that, because you're not going to be alone. You're going to be with better, high quality people that are there to support you and do for you what you do for them, instead of people who just take advantage of your kindness. Socialize with others. We learn by doing. I know they are. I've seen a lot of it, honestly. Socialize with others. Thank you. We learn by doing. Don't let trust issues get in the way forever. Ask for support or for help. Be with those that you admire. Listen to the perspectives of others. Call people you love. Do some gardening. This can help you to get grounded, and it also gives back to the earth as well. Plant some trees, food, or flowers. Get your hands and feet in the dirt. And I honestly think that that was supposed to be 2 separate ones that were separated right here. But I keep forgetting to change that, so it keeps being all together. But getting out and having some fun and really being around some people is good for you. It is really good for you. It's not good for you to isolate yourself away from the world because everybody's going to hurt you. It's good for you to get out there and to be okay with being around people. You can't let all of them into the most intimate parts of yourself, but getting intimate with people is part of life. And it's what makes life worth living. When you feel completely alone in the world, that's because you're not getting intimate with anybody, because you have those trust issues built up from the past. And just because you can't let anybody in to your inner sphere doesn't mean you can't have them in your outer sphere. And that doesn't mean that you can't have a couple good people in your inner sphere as well. It's good to get out there and to just talk to people and associate with people. It really helps you to open up more. It helps you to be okay with opening up more. It helps you to be okay with those people being there at that moment and gone in another moment. The majority of the people in my life have been there and gone, and there and gone, because being who I am, there has been people who have came into my life for a certain amount of healing, and then they're gone. And then there's new ones that come in, and then they're gone. And that has happened a lot throughout my life. And yeah, there are some abandonment issues, not necessarily from those those interactions. Some of them, yes, especially the children of addicts that I worked with, and then they would disappear because they owed me a bunch of money and they couldn't pay me. And yeah, I really missed a lot of those kids, but I worked through a lot of that the last couple years. Thank you, beautiful. And it just takes practice. It takes practice. It takes getting out there and doing it. And that is what will make you feel more comfortable doing it. And that is what makes you get better at doing it. Boundary up. No more questioning things constantly. Open your third eye. To you I belong. You can do this. We all have a job. Arm yourself with knowledge. Believe that you are supported. It's a journey. And it's going to take a while. It's not all going to be done in one day. Queens don't. Great song, by the way. Queens don't. Don't pay attention to the haters. Don't put up with that shit. Open your eyes. What do you deserve? Don't allow anything in that is not worthy of you. There is nothing wrong with asking to be treated with respect or dignity. You know what? It's time to pull out this one. This is from an adult coloring book. And I never did actually finish coloring it. I'm not sure if I was the one who colored it or not. But I figured that it fit here in this portion. Don't deal with those people. Know you deserve better than that. Don't allow yourself to be treated like crap and then told that it's your own fault that you're treated that way. You can be anything. Choose to be yourself. That's what this symbol means. I actually would really like to get this tattooed on the back of my hand. You can be anything. Choose to be yourself. Choose not to be what other people want you to be, but to be who you really are. All my dreams have came true. Getting ready for the dream vacation. It is all that I have ever wanted. I have worked hard for this, and I am so proud of myself. No more dreaming. It is now a complete reality. I love that this came out right after you said that I'm one step away from wish fulfillment. I know, because it's switching gears, and they're going to get a time to walk in my shoes. I worked hard for this and I am so proud of myself. No more dreaming. It is now a complete reality. Time and money to do everything that I had only dreamed of most of my life. Everything used to be so out of reach, but it isn't anymore. It is mine from the work that I did and the good karma that I accrued. I was perfectly content and happy without it, but now I am with it. Done sacrificing, I am now reaping. And it is amazing how quickly this seemed to manifest. So there's going to be a lot of good things coming your way. And all of these good things are coming your way because of your choice to love yourself and treat yourself right. And to really make sure that you are not allowing others to treat you however they wish to treat you. But letting them know that you deserve to be treated with respect. Because you know what? People are going to treat you how you allow them to treat you. They just are. That's the way people work. People are opportunists deep down in their nature. They are opportunists. They're going to take the opportunities that they are given. And if you're giving, but never asking for anything, a lot of people are just going to take, and not give anything back. And then they're going to think it's wrong when all of a sudden one day you want something back. Your dreams are really coming true. You're going to be feeling so fulfilled in and of yourself emotionally, like you don't need anything from the outside to make you happy in any way. You are just going to be feeling content, peaceful, prosperous, blessed, and beautiful exactly as you are in your emotional state that you're in. You're going to be feeling so good about yourself and the world around you. Your patience, your persistence, your stability, your dedication, all of that is really going into creating this feeling. You are really you have a strong ability to temper yourself and to do things in moderation. And this is really the seeds to success is moderation. Nothing is bad innately, but anything in excess can be bad. Anything in excess can be bad. But in moderation, nothing is really bad. And you are really learning from everything that you've been through, everything that you have been growing through, everything that you have experienced. Thank you, Willow. A blacksmith in his forge, which is where the word temperance comes from. A blacksmith in his forge will stick the sword into the fire and then beat on it and stick it into ice water, and then back into the fire and beat on it and stick it into ice water. And it goes through these extremes to make the best sword possible, to make the best, sharpest, strongest, most durable weapon there is. You have to put it through all of these different extremes. You have to forge that weapon. And in order to forge yourself into the best possible thing you can be, it takes going through all of those extremes to get there. Yes, I have definitely, there's been a lot of that, North Star. I know about it, but it is going back. And it's not going to be affecting me anymore. They've been trying for a while, but it's going to be done. There's a need here to forgive yourself and to forgive others, to really deeply look inside of yourself and find that inner child, that beautiful you, and allow that beautiful you to come out and express itself again. To be able to love from before the scars, from a place where the scars are not so hard and hurtful anymore, not so present anymore. They're still there, but they make you you. And instead of controlling you, they are really just a part of you that makes you even more beautiful. Being able to forgive, being able to say sorry where you need to, being able to express your love, and being able to be patient and allow things to unfold naturally instead of trying to control things or shift things or maneuver things in your favor. Queen of the Underworld. Not sure what you mean by that. The wolf and the snake. So you're breaking a lot of karmic cycles, bringing these to a close, coming full circle, really shedding the skin that was the way that you were in the past, and you are stepping more firmly and strongly into your leadership. You're starting to realize now that a true leader is not somebody who controls people or who steps on people or who uses fear or intimidation or shame or guilt or anything like that to lead, but they lead by example. They lead by being who they are and inspiring others to follow that same path, to break those same chains, to express themselves in the same way, to really live life and feel life and love the people in your sphere. And because of all these things that you're working through right now, there are a lot of blessings coming your way as well. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. Yes, it is. Very much so. I claim that energy. That inner home and external home disharmony is coming to an end. One enchanted evening, the perfect night. Star. The silver energy of the star brings good luck and serendipity, which really fits very well with exactly what North Star was just saying too. There is going to be a wish being fulfilled for you. At this time, there's going to be a lot of good things coming to you, especially in your love life, especially in your family life, in your friendships, in your joy and happiness that you are feeling with life, in your peace with life, and in your prosperity with life. All of that is really having a lot of good luck poured over it, and there's a lot of beauty and life coming to it. There may even be a specific night with some sort of party or event or celebration in the near future that is going to be so amazing that it really brings a lot of the arguments of the past to a close and brings in a lot of peace and harmony and joy. I am still taking questions. You can send money through Cash App or PayPal, and I will definitely answer what you have to say. I will still be taking questions for about 40 minutes. Well, like 35 minutes, because there's a little bit of time at the end that I probably won't be taking questions or new ones. You're welcome. So, let's see what else. Till then, return to sender. Oh, here we go. This fits so well with what you were just saying, North Star, about all of the nasty, negative energy and spiritual warfare that is coming this way is definitely going to be done. I refound this today. I haven't seen it in a couple months. Return to sender. Any curses you cast on me fall on you for all to see. Any negative energy you send my way, it's all returned to you today. Your curses are as powerful as you. You really need to get a clue. My beauty is mine to hold. I am not the one who looks old. My outside matches my inside's shine. You can't take what is mine. I am protected for all to see. You're exposed, and it sets me free. Your lying lips no longer speak, unless it's truth you intend to squeak. I thank you, ancestors, for your light. I ask you now to join my fight. My light is too bright for you to bear. You are dumbstruck and can only stare. Lost your touch, power's gone. I am not your willing pawn. I am not a player in your game. You and I are not the same. I hold power over me and mine. You have none. Read the sign. I cast you out of my energetic field. Protective walls are now sealed. So, you could be dealing with a lot of nasty spiritual warfare and negative energies or entities coming your way. And if that is the case, make sure that you have that faith, trust, and belief in your guides, your ancestors, the divine, your angels to protect you and be with you throughout this time. Ask for that help, because a lot of times they will not step in unless you ask for that help, because they don't want to interfere. They don't want to step on any toes. They want to be there if you need them. But if you feel like you can handle it on your own, they're going to leave you to handle it on your own. So make sure that you are reaching out and asking for that help and not allowing pride to get in the way if that is the case. No, they can't hide from the things that they stole from me, or behind the things that they stole from me. I feel that very, very much so. You are definitely right. And if anybody doesn't know, North Star does have her own channel as well. Things that were illusions in the past are coming to a close. You're really looking into the mirror and you're seeing yourself in a new light. I feel like a lot of you could have been dealing with some mirror magic from people where you were seeing yourself in a light that was not so good, and a light that they were sending your way that was causing confusion and distortion of the view of you. And you are no longer going to be seeing that distorted view of you. You are going to be seeing yourself as you truly are, this poised, graceful, beautiful swan. Like the ugly duckling that found out that it was a swan and it wasn't a duckling at all, but it grew up in a family of ducklings, so it felt ugly its whole life. You're going to be seeing that you really are very extremely beautiful. Extremely beautiful. And this is reminding me of the evil eye too. You are very protected. Very, very protected. All you have to do is reach out and ask for that help and that protection in what you're going through. You paid using CashApp? How powerful is mirror magic? You know, it's about as powerful as the person using it, and depending on the intentions behind it, really affects how powerful it is as well. And it also is affected by how much you believe in it working too. If you have more faith and trust in your protection, a lot of it is not nearly as powerful as they think it is when they're sending it your way. It's kind of like the movie Skeleton Key. If you believe it, then it's true, kind of thing. I haven't got it yet, but I'm sure it's there. I can't leave the video to go check for sure. But if you sent it, then it's probably there, and it just didn't send me a notification for some reason. It did that last video with one of them too. I trust you. You're very welcome, Dom. And yeah, that's the way, a lot of times that's the way that their magic works, is if you are believing in it and giving it power, then it has power. If you are believing in the divine and giving that power, then that has power. We are our own sugar pill, in a way, I guess, is the way that you could look at that. The placebo is us. What we feed our mind is what we get back. Say there's this whole group of sick people, right? And they give them all sugar pills instead of actually giving them medicine. And 98.9% of them get better. Even with things that are really awful and horrible, they still get better. Because they believe they get better. Sounds good. What was your question? What scent, North Star? So, in the meantime, open your heart to give and receive the blessings of love and light. Breathe out all of the negativity, feel the burdens falling away. As you release the tension within. Follow your intuition, quiet your mind so you can see its guiding light. You know, I spent hours and hours making these little things. I made them, it's basically making papyrus the way that I learned how to when I was in school back in the day, by crumpling paper a bunch of times and putting it in tea several times to stain it. And then I burnt all the edges, and I burnt my fingers while I was doing it. When it comes to creating crafts and stuff like that, it doesn't really matter what I got to do. I like doing it. What do my spirit guides want me to know and be aware of? Thank you, North Star. That's pretty much how I was feeling about it too. What do they want you to know and be aware of? Let's see. I'm going to grab one of these too. We have the Gazelle. To remain poised, graceful, dignified, to respond to situations and not to react. There may be something coming up that you may be tested by that is going to trigger you in some sort of way. But remember to take a couple deep breaths and be at ease. Yes, it does. Very much so. The horse and the raccoon. You're really feeling very motivated and driven towards something, but you may be holding back in some sort of way, or you may be not allowing some of the aspects of yourself to be seen that could be important in being seen. All the hard work that you are doing is going to pay off. You are really working hard. You're working hard not just for yourself, but for the people around you that you love and care about. You may even be working hard to gain new ideas or perceptions, or they're asking you to gain new ideas, new perceptions, to learn more about other cultures around you, maybe even to travel more or to get more experience or knowledge about different thoughts, different ideas, different ways that people think, to expand your mind and to really open up to what's around you. To not feel like you need to hide what you believe in either. To feel like you can freely express what you believe in safety and comfort. In the past, especially if you're an old soul, there's a lot of that leftover energy, or even through your ancestors, there's a lot of that leftover energy of persecution, of like witches being burned at the stake, things like that. There's a lot of that leftover persecution energy where people feel like they can't express or say what they want to say about the way that they feel or the things that they believe in or the things that they want to explore because of people around them or people or things that have happened over past centuries. Hi, Miranda. Distress tolerance, getting through a tough situation without making things worse. Accept reality as it is. The sky is not falling. It's just life. So yeah, allow yourself to just be in this state of peace, grace, poised, ready for things if they come up, but not feeling like everything is going to fall apart at every turn. Feeling like everything that you are working for really is paying off as well. When those voices in your head tell you lies, remember the truth that you hold within and rewire your thoughts. Leaving behind anything that's not good for you and not feeling like you have to constantly stress and obsess over what you're working on. Don't overwork yourself into the ground. Know that opportunities are going to come for you. Stability and prosperity is going to come for you. Yes, you can, North Star. You can manifest travel by expressing your emotions. Of course, if you aren't taking the actions to make it happen, it may happen in a way that you're not going to like because they're going to kind of force it on you because that's what you wanted or what you said you wanted. You could definitely be communicating with someone, or somebody could be communicating with you, bringing opportunities, and you may even be getting a promotion here as well, or some sort of recognition for your skills or the knowledge that you hold within you. You're going to be getting some sort of opportunity that is really going to be very beneficial for yourself. And a lot of it is because of your ability to communicate, your ability to understand things, your intelligence. Your intelligence is very sufficient. You are studying a lot more, learning a lot more, growing your knowledge, which is great. But don't feel like you have to push yourself so hard because you have a lot within you already. And congratulate yourself and be proud of yourself for who you are right now. instead of wishing for more. Be at peace with who you are now. And that will help things to manifest a lot better as well and a lot quicker. Awen, 3 rays of light. Balancing male and female energies, peace and harmony. Knowing when to act and knowing when to hang back and just be okay with the way things are. Being at peace, not feeling the need to control things, but making decisions when necessary and allowing others to make decisions when that is necessary as well. Being able to be flexible and adaptable and yielding and bending, but at the same time, being able to be hard and unyielding and unbending when necessary. Safe and happy travels, protection from harm when journeying. So, once again, you could definitely be getting an opportunity to travel somewhere, to learn new things, to grow your mind, to expand yourself. But make sure that you have fun on this trip too, and that you don't dedicate the entire thing to learning, but that you actually take some time out for you to just enjoy life and to see the new things and experience the new things and just be at peace and have happiness during this time. And if you are going to be traveling, know that you will be protected from harm and safe while you are journeying. I'm going to grab 2 of these too. Throat chakra. Be confident, assertive, and unafraid of expressing your truth to the world, because your truth is going to bring those opportunities, like I was saying before. Communicate from a place of love, empathy, and healthy boundaries. Walk away from the things that aren't serving you. Allow yourself to remove yourself and detach yourself from things, even if you have a lot of emotional investment in them. You're very welcome. Thank you for letting me know how much it's resonating with you as well. Shine your light to lead others to be their true selves. Throat chakra. So work on your throat chakra and healing your throat chakra. I do actually have a video from a couple weeks ago that is a pick a card reading for healing your throat chakra. That might help you. If you haven't seen that one yet, you might want to check that one out. There's also meditations on YouTube for throat chakra healing as well. Some of them are very good meditations as well. But healing your throat chakra is really going to help you. Being able to voice your opinions, express yourself, being able to set your boundaries and communicate effectively and efficiently with others without going into the extreme. So expressing yourself, but not expressing yourself to the point that you're stepping on everyone else. That is really reminding me of balancing the masculine and feminine energies as well, because we got submissive and we got dominant, but when you mix them together, we got a blend of both. You're okay, North Star. I'm glad that you needed to hear that as well, and thanks for letting us know. And I'm sure that helps WYSG to feel better as well. I'm not sure how to say that, so I'm just saying it that way, if that's a name or if it's an abbreviation for something. Sounds good. And that's pretty much what I got for this one. Thank you so much, North Star. You're amazing, and I love your support. Thank you. And thank you too. You're very welcome. Oh, so that is your name. I have no idea how to pronounce that. Thank you. I'm excited too. Although I have a feeling it's not going to be my home for long, that there's going to be a new one coming just shortly after that as well. I'm pretty sure. So, this was one of the ink blots I did, but this one was done with where the ink was kind of running out a little bit. I feel like there might be a little bit of chaos and confusion going on in the emotions of a lot of people watching today. And trust and the protection that we have might be feeling a little bit wavering at times. Honestly, I kind of feel sad for them, and at the same time, I wouldn't be me if I didn't feel that way. But I know that that's coming, and they'll learn from it. And if they don't learn from it, then it'll... Oh, wow, I almost said it'll kill them. But Wendy, thank you very much, and I appreciate that. I feel like there might be some dancing that is going to be helping people come back to life again and feel beautiful again. There's going to be a lot of transformation energy coming in through dancing. I hope you get the chance. Oh, what is that song? No. Country song about dancing. If you get the chance to dance, dance. I don't remember how the lyrics go, but there is a country song that has to do with that. Monster at home. Good. It's good for you, Miranda. My kids haven't danced in so long. I've tried to get them to dance a few different times recently. We used to dance together at least once a week, every week for a couple hours. And we fucking loved it. We did so much of it. And I've been trying to get them to do it again lately. And I don't like dancing. And, well, you don't like living the way you're living because you're pretty miserable. But they're getting there. They're coming out of it, and I'm so excited about it because I can't wait. Sometimes a little impatient about it, but they're coming out of it. I can understand that. North Star, yep. I hope you dance. That's the name of the song. Yes, it is. Thank you, Jenna. Every time you came. Oh, okay. This is a song. I'm going to try to sing it. It's a song I wrote. I actually have it on my channel. It's called Monster at Home. Every time you came, I was to blame. Felt so dirty, couldn't even be flirty, 'cause I was to blame. Every time you came. I'm gonna say the rest of it. Brushed my hair and washed it in the bath. No one to care. You do the math. You came in like you were the saving grace. Well, take a hike and get out of my face. It wasn't my fault, but in the wound you pour salt. You told them all, couldn't turn away from that doll. A seductress child. With me the blame was filed. A grown-ass man. From the guilt he ran. Got them all to believe. He knew how to deceive. But it was always you, through and through. You are to blame, and that's the end of this game. So, any blame that you have taken for other people's actions in the past, it is time to put that blame where it belongs, and it is time to remove this stain from yourself or the feelings of guilt and shame that you may be suffering from that keep you from expressing your true self, that keep you from getting up on that dance floor and dancing in front of people, that keep you from really just being this lighthearted, joyous energy of youthfulness and beauty and love and light, because you feel like that's going to be attacked by the darkness that is waiting around the corner. And yeah, that could happen. But at the same time, how much more miserable are you living in that darkness yourself because you refuse to be in that light because you don't want anybody to attack that light? Choose joy, compassion, and forgiveness in dealing with yourself and with others. Free your heart from the wounds of the past. Heart chakra. Yeah, I know. They're pretty done. Yep. The only validation you need is your own. Do not let others to cause you to feel unworthy. You have the power to disallow that. Do not let others cause you to feel like you were to blame. You have the ability to disallow that too. You know what is true. Oh, I'm going to grab another one of these too. People who took your power blamed you. Oh, this is exactly the one I was thinking of. I'm so glad that came out because I couldn't think of the exact words. People who took your power blamed you, but you don't have to accept that distorted reality. People who abuse always blame the survivor, to shift the focus. So don't allow that to happen, and make sure that you know what really happened. You can pay for a question right now. As far as the questions go, I go back and forth between the questions and the collective readings. So pay for a question and let me know what your question is, and then I will start yours. Oyster and octopus. Learning how to let go, learning how to release control, learning how to be at peace and at ease without feeling like you need other people around you. Really understanding that the people who have clung to you and tried to tear you down and tried to hurt you and tried to destroy you, those people are what caused you to be as beautiful as you are. Because of everything you went through, you have this beautiful pearl right inside of you. And this pearl is wisdom and knowledge and life and love and beauty. And you may spend a lot of time protecting that pearl, but it is now time to show that pearl off, to really express yourself, to be yourself, to show yourself, and to no longer allow yourself to be in this invisibility box. Painted in the corner, but still I come back. But still my colors come back. Once you go black, you never go back. I'm a black sheep. Great song. I think it's called Black Sheep. And then another thing that just came to mind is nobody puts baby in a corner. Oh, that's a great song, isn't it? And for some reason, every time I'm on here, it's like all the words disappear when it comes to the songs I'm talking about or thinking about. And I know those damn words. I sing that song every time it's on. It's been on like 20 times this week. And I've sang it like 20 times this week. And I still can't figure out what the words are when I'm on the spot. I'm pretty sure my phone has cooled down enough to be able to do that. So, generally I don't do yes or no questions, but we're going to see the energy revolving around it. Because nothing is ever necessarily set in stone. There's different things that can happen and different things that can take place, and free will affects everything too. So let's see. Wow. There's definitely somebody that's going to be contacting you, making you an offer, a solid, stable offer of some sort or kind. You're definitely going to be collaborating with somebody. The work that you have been working on is really weaving a very strong web beneath you. You have a lot of good luck on your side and a lot of protection on your side as well. You're very strong, steady, sturdy, stable. You have a lot of self-confidence. You have a lot of self-respect. You are really headed towards this feeling of financial stability, to where you don't have to rely on anyone else to support you or take care of you. You definitely know that you have everything you need within you, and the universe is going to provide the rest. And that feeling of knowing is not something that everybody has. I feel like you are somebody who has a lot of wisdom and knowledge to share with the world around you, and your communication is really bringing a lot of attention to you. There is definitely a lot of attention coming to you and coming your way. Let's see what else we have here. We have Time to Shine. I really love that song. My Time to Shine. I don't know if that's the actual name of it, but it says My Time to Shine in it. Creates the energetic resonance for golden opportunities. Doing a lot of purging with emotion and doing shadow work. Can even feel something big coming in. Awesome. That is good to be doing. That is great to be doing, because all of that stuff is really going to help you to be in that vibration, to be able to accept it in too. Spirit, heavenly assistance from your angels and guides. So you have a lot of assistance from your angels and your guides. They are there to protect you. They are there to watch over you and to guide you. And you have a lot of assistance towards your plans and goals. This is your destiny. This has a lot to do with your destiny and your life purpose. And it really is your time to shine. There's a lot of golden opportunities coming in for you. And I feel like I need to grab a couple more of those ones. Yes, they are, North Star. I agree. Philosopher's Stone, powerful manifestation of wishes and goals by harnessing your universal energy. Mystic Star, harmony in the home and great friendships. So you are definitely coming into a state of harmony in your home and in the people around you that you're dealing with. You are going to be feeling very strong on your own and like you don't need anyone, which is going to make those connections very interdependent, which is a great thing for you. You're going to be dealing with a lot of people who have a lot of honesty and integrity that are going to be coming towards you, making offers, making suggestions. And your wishes and your goals are manifesting. You are harnessing universal energy and you are really taking action to increase your prosperity and to really come into your power. Let's see what else they want to say. Crown chakra, listen to your guides. They are always near you to guide you on your path. Connect to a higher power through prayers and routines and rituals. Move forward with purpose. Strive for success in the most important of ways, self-love. So remember that the monetary aspects of it are not the most important parts of it. It's great to have that part of it, but the most important part of it is loving yourself and having people around you that you love and trust as well. Make sure that you are really maintaining your crown chakra and keeping it open so that you can hear the messages that are coming in, because you have a lot of them coming in to you on a regular basis. They are around you very heavily at this time and they are guiding you. It definitely is our time for sure. Meditating is somewhat important. It definitely is. And you know what? Even if it's just taking a couple minutes out of your day in between things to just stop and take a couple deep breaths and find that peace within yourself again. Quick little meditations, micro meditations, like I like to call them, those can really help as well. And that at least helps you get through until you have time for the bigger meditations as well. But making time for that time is a part of self-love for you. And it is definitely very good for you. We are definitely divinely protected. I agree with both of you. So that's what I have for that question. And I think I'm going to do one more message and then wrap it up for the day. So we're going to read the rest of these that I pulled out today. Open your eyes. What you seek might be right in front of you. Take a break from the technology. Start to see the world around you again. There is so much life to enjoy. Freak flag fly. Don't hold back. Sing loud and dance proud. This is going back to that last message that was there. You are very welcome. Thank you for being here today too. It is a great way to look at it. It's a form of self-love. I agree. Automatic writing. Focus your intentions towards faith and trust in the plan, and in that everything is unfolding for your highest good in the end. Remember to live in and enjoy every moment. The universe works faster when you are having fun and appreciating everything as it is. Honor your feelings you have within your heart. Recognize and accept them, allowing yourself to feel. Know that obstacles are always detours in the right direction. Everything you go through adds to the person that you are and allows a chance for growth. Remember that happiness is your birthright and that it is found within. Sometimes being humbled is required to find it. All roads lead somewhere. Remember that you have a choice in which one that you take. This is a drawing that I was working on at one point in time that I never really finished, but I feel like there's a lot of joy and happiness and clarity coming into you. In your mind, your heart, in your confidence, in your stability, in your ability to be able to speak from a place of confidence, from a place of self-love, and therefore unconditional love for the world around you as well. And understanding all of the little intricate pieces and details in seeing all the things happening and how they interact with other things, it's really going to be helping you to open and expand your mind. Thank you, North Star. Unfinished or not, I kind of agree. No one's curses hold weight anymore, and I and my ancestors are far too powerful for them to take on. Anything sent my way just falls away. It's like water attacking oil and failing miserably. No more scattered energy or mind. They are done, finished, clarity coming into your mind and your heart and your words. Anything that they have sent out will be returned as karmic laws entail. My energy is free of their negativity. It can't touch me ever again. Curses hold no weight. Neither does evil eye. Me and my person are free, cleansed, protected. My children are free of their evil, and it no longer affects them either. My protection and that of my ancestors extends down to them as well. And once you have a person, that person is part of your family as well. So your ancestors protect them as much as they do you. Power symbols. Cleanse, purify, and protect the physical body. Water is great for that. Wishes come true. Rapid achievement of your dreams and wishes, because everything that was once blocking the way is no longer blocking the way, but it had to happen this way for a reason. It did. Everything that was meant to happen happened the way that it was meant to happen. Everything that was going on is exactly how it was meant to happen. You are now cleansing and freeing yourself, mind, body, and soul, of the past pain, hurt, trauma, or damage that you have experienced, especially in dealing with the community around you. You are going to be networking, and it is going to be networking that is going to be very healed and prominent and prosperous networking that is really going to be from a healed state, that is going to bring a lot of goodness your way. And once again, with the cleansing with water, I really like to do shower cleanses where you allow all the water to wash down all the negative energy off of you and down the drain. And then you call back the pieces of your soul, your energy, your being all to you, and you protect that and encase it. And I really like to put little shards of mirror around the outside of that as well, so that any negative energy coming my way bounces straight off of me and back to them. All that visualization technique, it's amazing, but it really does help so much. Transformations occurring. Releasing the past need to hide yourself or self-esteem issues. Magical changes, fighting to set boundaries, speaking the truth of who you are and what your desires are, and finding the balance within. You're no longer going to be afraid of voicing who you are and expressing who you are. You're no longer going to allow the pain of the past to affect you and keep you from being true to you. Healing fears, and you're no longer going to be afraid of being alone, even if you have to be alone, or even if people attack you because of what you're expressing. You're no longer going to be afraid of that. You're going to be letting go of that and knowing that it's not you that they're attacking, it's themselves. It's the projected energy from them. Yes, it is. I agree. Taking action to balance the thoughts and envision a beautiful future. No more blocked thoughts. Hard work, clearing karma and fears, ships coming in for your hard work. So there's going to be a lot of good things coming your way and a lot of negative things that are falling away. There's going to be a lot of new experiences coming to you and a lot of pleasant experiences coming to you. As you shed the old, there's going to be a lot of new doors opened. Let your desire to heal guide you in overcoming the past. Accept what was, forgive yourself and others. Knowing this will remove the heavy burden of the shadow of blame and what it has caused in your life. So this is a lot of what today's reading was about overall, is allowing yourself to move away from that self-blame, that self-hate, that self-disgust or anxiety or fear of being you and not being accepted, and just allowing yourself to be true to who you are and heal yourself and let go of the past so that you can really accept yourself, you can accept others, you can forgive yourself and you can forgive others. And you know that in doing this, it removes all that poison and all that stain from your life, your mind, and your heart. And it really does help you in the long run. It really does. It helps them too, but it helps you most of all. So that is what I have for today, you guys. And I really hope you guys enjoyed this reading. I really enjoyed being here with you and talking to you today. And I always enjoy doing the live sessions. They're pretty fun. And I hope you guys have a beautiful night or day, whatever it is, wherever you are, when you're watching. You're welcome, Miranda. Thank you again. Bye-bye, guys.